We have now created our country migration and the states country zone migration. So we are now need to pull the list of country and the list of the states reference to the particular country, and how we can achieve this task, and how we can pull the list of countries and the state related their states. So in our original application, I have a list in my database, my course cache. So I have a list of countries and their relative are related states or state country zone. So we will need to export the list of countries and the list of zones, and then we will import that list into our new database, which is our smart expand. So right now in a smart expand, we can see that there is this country table is empty and the country zone list is also empty, but we have created the fields with through our migration. So make sure that your XAMPP MySQL is server is up and your HDSQL is up. You can import and export through my PHP MyAdmin uh, and through also the HDSQL. So simple is that, very simple. We can easily import this, can achieve this task right now. Okay, in my course cache, we have a list of countries we can see. Let me expand this screen. Okay, we have a list of country, so it's almost 200 plus countries, and all the states are zones related to the particular country. So this has a country ID. In a state, we have a reference. It's a foreign key. Uh, so with all the with the small code, so that belongs to the in their states. So all the way along the way throughout, we have all the states, almost 1,000 entries in our country zone. Okay, in our country zone, country table, and we need to export and export database as SQL. So we can easily export this list, and here are some lists. We only country table is selected. What we can achieve this, so we are only need to export the list of countries, and it's to also to insert that data that will be required. Okay, the first one option is drop. If the database, if there is a database with name countries, so drop it and create a new one. So this option is not required, we will not go with that. And also create, if there is a database, smart expand the same database is there, so create a new database, we will not require it. And also drop a table if there is a table in new database that we are going to export. So actually the head SQL create a script, and this script will run, and it will create the list of countries. So we will not go with that. And also now we are not required a table. So all the four fields are unchecked, and just we need to insert data. Which table, countries table data we will insert, and we will only take we are going to ask ADSQL just create the script that will only insert the data into a new table of in smart expense database, and its table is country. Okay, so more than delete, insert, ignore, replace existing data, not required. We will just go with insert. And okay, single file, we can define our compressed file or clipboard database. No, just single file. Output will be a single file, and the location where you want to store this file. Okay, let me choose where to, I choose it to desktop, and will name it countries list to insert. and I will provide this script, and you will download, and when you download to run that script, it will create the list for you. Country list to insert. Okay, and save it. R- Click on export. So it has created. Close it, and let me minimize it. Wait a minute. Okay, we can see now the script has been created for us, and here is the script. So there is the file. So countries list to insert, and we are now need to import it to in our new database. Okay, close it and come to our smart expense database, and we have to just select the countries first, and then we will run that script. Otherwise the default selected database, it will insert that all the entries into that database. Okay, so collect your database and make sure that you are in the required table. Your table is should have been selected, and now we will run that script. So it will create. Okay, open, and it asks to, so let me show you what the script is. So dumping data per table, Mycos question not, this is commented. You can see it will not dump, and a table countries table key. So it will just only insert into countries table ID, name, and values are this. This is the list of the values that we have exported, and 239 is the list of. Okay, and when it is a new script, let's close this one, and we will just select the table where you want to import this list. Okay, we have selected our countries table. What to do now? Just we have to run that script. We have to execute this script, and here is the button, execute SQL. F9 is a short key you can press. When you press, and it will execute. So your query produced two warning. Mm, Not important. It's just a warning. Okay, so I think it's now is has been imported, and we have to refresh and come to your countries and data list. So boom, you see we have a list of countries in our database. So it is a countries, and there is a list of countries, and all the way 239 is the list of. Okay, just close it, and this script in, and let's open again HDSQL, and this time we will export our country states or country zones. Okay, close your current database smart expands, and here is my real database where we have already created a list of country zones. The same procedure that we will follow right now, country zones, and we need to export database as SQL, and uncheck all the fields, drop, create, drop, and just data should be insert mode, and it is insert, and define the path, single SQL file, and you sure make sure that your country zone is right. This is the table that we are going to export, and create the name, and kept in, I will keep it in desktop, and this time I will keep it country, countries, zones, list to insert. Save it and click on export. It will create a list. So you see a list has been created. Our script has been created for us. Close that script. Okay, and minimize it, and let's open this country zone script. Run it, that script, and it will insert country zone id, country id, code, and name. These fields are already we have created in our country zones tables. Okay, select your country zone table and run F9 shortkey or execute SQL statement. So your query produced running, not important. Refresh, and here we will see our list of zones come to a data, and the list of states or zone is now created, and here it will be all the way 1000 entries. You see 1000 entries. Okay, so we have created we have exported and imported our country tables, list of countries and list of countries zone, and this task is done. So see you, stay tuned.